You've been hit by, you've been struck by, I can dance if I want to, and nobody holds my hand. Oh my God, my name is Magenta. I live on the second floor. I can do that dance way better with my big fat ass. Dick pics and headlocks. I said I had 3 ceiling fans, but I don't no more. You thought I was living with a chick, but I'm moving in with Johnny and PZ. You thought you was the one kicking up the shit, and now you getting tossed. Just like a salad. One that is gross. You ain't no boss. You got high and you lost.
From Walk Productions.
What's love got to do? Got to do with it? Nothing tonight, bitch. What's love but a brick thrown at your girl's head? What's love got to do? Got to do with it? You swung that flag like you were beating someone in Iraq.
Watcher of Crazy's exciting new 3-album collection.
Ooh, listen. No, listen, Ruben. Listen. I've been working on a new direction. And I have to say, I've been thinking about my own protection.
Including fan favorite, What's This Brick Have to Do with It?
And you won't swing that shit this way. Rise it up to Michelle's porch, and I'm knocking on the door. Rising up, she talked about my bumpy dick, and I'm not gonna take this bullshit anymore. It's the eye of the tiger, and I'm swinging back. I will bust your ass with this flag. Whew. I've been waiting for a girl like Erin who can take a brick to the head. I said we built this city. We built this city with hitting folks with an American flag.
Watcher of Crazy's Greatest Hits, full length. Dick pics and headlocks. Order available by mail only.
Da-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na.
Cassette tapes and stereo 8 tracks, only $7.98. Operators are standing by.
I can dance if I want to, and nobody holds my hand. Look, I know that's right, No Name Jane. I'm an entertainer, shit. I don't know what y'all talking about. Make me a damn album. Well. Fancy meeting all of you here tonight. I hope everybody's doing wonderful. I'm telling you now, y'all need to go ahead and buckle up because we're fixing to go on a little ride and we're going to go on down through there because there's a lot of stuff that has been said over the last, for some of you, it's been 4 years. For some of us, it's been 3.5, somewhere around in there. But if there's one thing that I know that I'm good at, it is going ahead and laying it out there for you in such a way that you can make your own informed and educated decision about what's what. So, yes, you should probably grab the bigger cigar for this show, Bears. I would 100% guarantee you probably want to do that. I know, right? I have for over a year now, I have been talked about. I've been called all kinds of names because I support someone on here, MRE. Now, from the time that I became acquainted with who he was, I heard some things that I thought, maybe I better go check and see what's going on out there and what's being said before I find myself in a predicament. Okay. Because what some of the people from that side of YouTube, whether you want to call it MobTube, SlobTube, UseTube, whatever you want to call it, weren't around prior in our little area of YouTube. What you guys didn't know is there had been a situation that I was involved in that involved somebody's husband who did in fact end up having to be on the sex offender registry for a case that they got where it was they basically solicited a minor and went to go pick him up, got caught on their way to go pick him up or whatever, and got arrested. Well, I was the last person to know about that situation, and I'm going to show documentation tonight of that. Hey, Jolene, good to see you, love. And I'm sorry, I'm not going through everybody individually, so please forgive me, but we got a lot of ground to cover, and I don't have just a whole lot of time because I have other things to do this evening. So anyways, when I heard this about MRE, I went out and started doing the research myself. And I started on a channel that is called Casparosa. Okay. I had, at this point, this was last year, I had no idea who this person was. I had no idea how he fit into the equation. And I'm speaking of Casparosa. I honestly had no real back history about MRE. And so the person that actually came at me first about it was Chicago Muscle. I didn't know it at the time who he was. I just thought he sounded like some crazed maniac, methed out hillbilly from God knows where. And that's just not the way I accept information from people. You can tell me what you want to tell me. It doesn't mean I'm going to take it as fact. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to go research it for myself. So that's exactly what I did, is I went out there before I made any decision and I did the research. Okay. I listened. I paid attention to what was being said. I looked at it objectively because I had no skin in the game. And I'm going to be straight up honest, just as I always am. After my sister divorced her ex-husband, I got a phone call from the state's attorney general's office. And they were looking for him because they told me it had to do with kids. The kids. They said the kids. Well, he had adult kids. And then my sister's son was almost an adult. My son was considered an adult. And so I'm like, and they were already divorced at this point. And I said, well, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let my sister know that she can call you back if you want to give me your information. And he goes, well, let me ask you a question. Do you know where Vengeance Lee Ross lives? That was my sister's ex-husband. I said, absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I know where he lives. So I give him the address. 2 mornings later, guess what? His ass is on the damn news. They kicked in his door and arrested him for 5 counts of possession of child pornography. This was after he was divorced from my sister. So, some people out there like to claim that this is my family member. He never was. He wasn't at the time, nor will he ever be my family member. Okay? I think that people that do that shit to kids shouldn't have the luxury of going through the court process and getting to serve these light sentences like that piece of trash got, which he got 5 years in Texas Department of Criminal Justice and served like maybe 2, something like that. and he's already out on parole? Because I do believe that once a person offends, they will reoffend. Period. I think it's something that is and I want to explain also. I know we're all adults here, but I want to explain that I also believe that pedophilia is different from two children exploring each other. Okay? And I make that differentiation for a reason. There have been people on here that some of you may remember from our time before we met all of these other good folks. But there was someone else that was accused of being a pedophile when it was, even if it happened, I don't even think that it happened, but they would have been like 8 and 10 years old. I think that was the ages. So I make that differentiation for that reason. So anyhow, I am going to go ahead and take this time right now to walk through what I think is really important that probably most of you have gotten about MRE, but there are some people out there that just don't seem to understand what exactly happened in his case. So am going to be actually, I think where I'm going to start is I'm actually going to start with what happened on Eric's today. I think that's a better place to start. And I'll explain why, because I think it'll take us in chronological order better. Okay? So y'all bear with me. I'm not going to be watching the chat. Okay? So I apologize in advance. I appreciate every one of you being here. And but I do want to take the time to point this out because, we've got people out there that have been accused of a lot of stuff and they say, no, I'm not that. No, I'm not that. This is what I did, or that is what I did. Okay. So everybody knows that you can call up 911, the cops, whatever. You can go down to the station. You can make an allegation against anybody for anything, and it's going to be documented. Your allegations are going to be documented, and that is usually going to turn into some type of investigation. Okay? So at that point, there's only been a notification that whatever situation has occurred. Okay? Now, once they do an investigation, there's a couple of different things that can occur from there. Okay? If someone is never charged with a crime, does it necessarily mean that they didn't do it? Of course not. There's a lot of people out there that don't get charged with things that they've done. On the other hand, there are a lot of people out there that get charged, that don't get charged for the things that they've done and do get charged for the things that they haven't done. So I know that this seems pretty simple, okay? And you're probably, again, wondering why I'm bringing this up. Because it's imperative that people understand the process that happens so that you can't be fooled when somebody says, yeah, but it says there was a federal investigation. Well, yeah, that's because, and we'll get to it in a minute. We'll get to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Let's do this. Share this tab instead. Now, I will be stopping the stuff off and on, but before I do that, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear because I've been having some issues with my StreamYard. I do also want to remind you other creators out there that this is being utilized under the Copyright Act of 1976 under fair use. I will be stopping and giving my commentary, my critique, and criticism throughout this. And this is also going to be for educational purposes. Thank you so much. Now, if you, oh, wait, I was going to say, if you want to go check out the full length video of this, you could go over to Eric's page, but I think he probably either took it down, privated it. I don't know what he did with it, but from what I understand, bear with me one second. From what I understand, the video or the show is not up. So, bear with me. One thing I can say is that I don't like come here and try to be malicious most of the time. There have been times in the past that I have, but I'm not going to sit here and roll over while people continue to lie and fucking harass me for whom I choose to like. If I'm such a piece of shit and you're not worried about me, why the fuck do you watch everything that I do? Why do you care who I like? Why is it important for you to make threats and harass me or my family for that matter? Or anybody else for that matter? I mean, I think that the time has come that somebody finally says, you know what, here is what it is and lays it out. That seems to be what is missing. I don't know. But you have people like this flossy washwoman over here that thinks that they have the truth to everything when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I'm going to show this tonight. And then hopefully people will recognize and understand that some of these folks out here, they want your money. They don't care about you. They really don't care about you. They want the clicks, they want the views, and they want the check that comes on the 21st, 22nd, or whatever of every month. Okay? And I will say that when it comes to this area over here, I have mastered the art of commentary. So I know, Diedrich Flossie, you really want to make it work for you, but it doesn't. You're an idiot. And I'm going to show you today just how big of an idiot, crybaby little girl you make yourself out to be. So, again, thank you all so much for being here and hanging out. Some of this I might go fast through. I'm not real sure yet. We'll get it figured out. But again, this is going to be under fair use. Thank you so much. And let me know if y'all can hear this.
No, Wildflower Girl. You tell Watch you're crazy to quit threatening to call people in my personal life and in my family and shit like that. I welcome it. Call. See, because you ain't going to get the shit on me like Jim Terry got on y'all.
He tells me, get the shit, call. You know, or don't be threatening. Tell her don't be doing this. Just call. Go ahead and call. Well, you know, as I quite well remember, there's been plenty of times that you, Eric, have done the same thing. As a matter of fact, you've done it to me.
That's why I'm cool with it. And let me explain something to you.
If you were cool with it, motherfucker, you wouldn't be sitting up here doing a whole show, would you? No, you can't handle it. When it's dished back out to you, because I didn't start this, bitch. but I'm damn sure going to finish it. You can believe that if you don't want to. Okay? But I am going to finish it once and for all. I'm going to show everybody what a dumb ass you can be.
Y'all do the same thing Jim Carrey does. You're just not good at it.
Oh, really? As I'm sitting here right now, it seems like I'm pretty damn good at what I've done because obviously I've been telling the truth the whole fucking time. I knew where he lived. Everybody's just now figuring that out. I knew that he was married to Laura. All y'all are just now figuring that out. There's a whole group of people over here. I'm not the only one. We've all known this shit. But even when people tried to tell me they didn't think him and Laura were together anymore, they didn't think he was there. Bullshit. Bullshit. Somebody put their money where their mouth was. I've known. If I really wanted Jim, I would have had him already. Okay? Let's get that understood. I would have fucking had him a long time ago. But you know what? He don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So why the fuck would I care? He has nothing. Nothing. And their errors and omissions insurance policy, that ain't going to do no good. They don't cover dumb, stupid shit. And they don't cover criminal acts. So why the fuck would I waste my time? But I tell you, all along the way, I've enjoyed making his guts bubble. I sure have. And look at what lengths he's had to go to. And he still hasn't been able to shut me up. You know why? Because he's not that fucking good at this. That's why. And you're just like him, Eric. The difference is at least Jim puts in some effort to try to get halfway decent information. You don't. You don't even do your own research. You can't even make your own fucking video. You got to have crazy bitches over there doing your shit for you. Just like your fucking YouTube alt account that you allegedly can't even get into to figure out how to do this or do that or whatever. No, because you have to have other people do it for you. And you want folks to think you're smart. You're not smart. You're actually looking kind of rough. And you probably ought to leave that Just for Men beard dye shit alone. It fucks up your face. And it doesn't make you look younger. It makes you look sick. Wait, maybe you are. Do you have fatty liver disease? Have you drank yourself into fatty liver disease? It sure looks like it. And before you talk about my big fat ass bitch, you better get on a treadmill and lose yours. Because you look more pregnant than I do. I can see my toes. Can you?
Call whoever you want. But like I said, other people's families are going to be getting called.
Oh, it's okay when you threaten it, right? But not okay when I do? Is that what this is? See, that's been the problem with you and I, is because I don't back down from what I believe. Now, I can let people have a difference of opinion than me. You don't have to feel or think the same way I do. You can't do that. You're so emotionally immature that you think that if somebody disagrees with you, that means that they're attacking you, or they're saying that you're bad or you're wrong. No, honey, I'm not your mama. I'm not your mama. I'm not going to treat you that way. I know how to be a fucking adult. And yeah, my grown ass kid may be sitting in prison for doing stupid shit. But let me tell you, I hope and pray that he comes home and never looks at a jail cell or a penitentiary again. But I'm realistic enough to know I have no control over that. Just like your mother had no control over you or your grandparents or whoever the fuck raised you. Okay?
I'm willing to listen. I'm willing fair exchange. Ain't no robbery in a fair exchange. I'm willing to, whatever people say about me, I'm willing to have it public. Y'all ain't willing to do that.
Absolutely, I am. How are you going to say y'all ain't willing to do that? I've been telling Jim to play that motherfucking interview that he has with my son's so-called friend from his senior year in high school that he didn't even fucking go to. I've been waiting on that bitch for almost 3 years, I think now. I think this will be 3 years. Where is it? Oh, wait. He's scared to play it because he think you'll say it's interfering in the court case. Well, absolutely. But the DA already knows about all of it, Jim. It's all been sent to him. Yes, I sent it. Absolutely. I told you to leave me the fuck alone. I got off of YouTube for a while. I quit talking about you. Hell, we went through 7 months where everything was copacetic until I told you no again, until I stood up to you and didn't do what you wanted me to do. I didn't do the fight for the cash grab like you wanted. Remember that? I told you I had already won. You know why? Because I was talking to my grandchildren's mother the whole damn time. I know exactly why she talked. And it wasn't what you said. But hey, if this ever shows up in a court, you'll find out exactly what she had to say about it. And I don't think that it makes you look very good. So.
That fucking fat, ugly cow has been asking
Moo moo, buckaroo. Look in the mirror, bitch.
for this shit. And then I'm not making nothing up.
Oh, remember that he said that. He's not making nothing up, okay? Because I'm going to show you in just a minute where he makes some shit up.
Supporting pedos and a racist. You're making me out. Make me out to be supporting pedos and a racist.
Making you out to support pedos, and isn't that what you've done to me? That's exactly what you've done to me. That's one of the main reasons that we've argued, is because you kept telling me basically veiled threats, these veiled threats that all of these people were going to start attacking me and blah, 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 blah. After the shit that happened on Suggs, when I said at least MRE was a real one. Even before that, you were calling him a pedo and you were coming at me with shit about him. And I told you, no, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And you know what, bitch? I'm going to show you tonight just how fucking wrong you were. You think because you've done so many years locked up that you're the end all be all to the law and how things work? Get a fucking grip, dude. You don't even have your fucking mortgage license anymore, do you? No. What are you doing, bum? Huh? You selling dope again? Working as a bouncer at a strip club? Like, what the fuck? Grow the fuck up, you idiot. Oh, and by the way, I'm not the one that drove my so-called great friend, my always will be number one choice, over to some broad's house that came online talking about the dick picture that you sent her and then assaulted her family with the fucking flag and ended up getting arrested for it. That wasn't me. I don't do that stupid shit. That's either drunk shit or tweaker shit or crazy shit. But I haven't done that. And you want to talk about me making a few phone calls? I didn't harass anybody. Never threatened anybody. None of that. I simply spoke the truth. Okay? So there's a difference. There's a big difference between you and I. You're never, ever going to be close to my level, bitch. Ever.
Making me out to be that?
Fuck how I was in the past tense. Ask yourself, how do we match up now? Because I'm only 27 and I'm only getting better. If I haven't passed you yet, watch me catch up now, for real.
You don't see a Hitler tattoo on my arm. While you're going in these other communities saying, oh, come watch my show. Look at the Eric's this and Eric's that. You don't see a Hitler tattoo on my arm.
And what is your point? What is your fucking point? Just because somebody has a Hitler tattoo doesn't mean they're going out trying to lynch people. You know what? However people feel about other ethnicities or races, that's not my business. They're not coming to my house and breaking bread with me. MRE has been nothing but respectful to me. He knows my son is black. He knows my ex-husband is black. He's got black friends. He doesn't hate black people. He's proud of being white. I don't find anything wrong with that. Just like I don't find there's anything wrong with my black friends being proud of being black. That's called maturity. Maturity. But guess what? As I recall it, aren't most Italians fairly prejudiced? The old school ones? I mean, I've heard some people right here in this community say things worse than anything I've ever heard MRE say. Why do you think the guy in Miami always uses black people in his AI videos? He thinks it's going to be offensive to the people he does it to. I notice he ain't put me with no black man. Baby, if you need a good one to put me with, I got one. Hey. Because I'm going to tell you something. Black men love white women with big asses because we can make it clap. I'm just saying. Oh, and by the way, I'm equal opportunity because it's all the same color when the lights are off. Just saying.
All right, let me say what's up to everybody, and then we'll get started. Hey, what's up, Munchie? Good to see you. Patrick, good to see you. Brooklyn, good to see you.
Oh, yeah, and of course I'm fucking blocked, of course.
Melty,
Yeah.
there you are again. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Katie Rome. Dave Smith, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I think the Ripper's sick in the head. I ain't even worried about him right now. What's up, Andy? Good to see you. Carlos, yeah.
You know, and I find it real funny. He's not worried about the guy in Miami. No. The one that's putting him over there making out with his daughter. And, you know, I did watch the guy in Miami today. I did watch him. I wanted to see what he was up to. And I'm telling y'all, I laughed my ass off. Not because he's funny, because that motherfucker's just as far off as everybody else has been. And I guess he doesn't realize what an idiot he looks like. He thinks that doing all that shit's going to scare somebody. Dude, if he would have just fucking listened to me from the beginning, he could have found everything he wanted to know weeks ago. But people are so fucking dumb around here that they don't get it. So I'm going to go ahead and help the retards get it tonight, okay? That's why we're all here.
It's a game.
Oh, but what I was going to say is, no, he wants to go after the woman. Why is that? Bitch, after I'm done with you, you're going to wish you had gone after that motherfucker in Miami.
Hey.
These people, they want to fucking sit here and project shit. Like, y'all are fucking nuts. Y'all are fucking nuts. And this watcher are crazy, you fucking pig. You opened up, I'll put up what you said.
Hey.
You opened up Pandora's box. Because all these motherfuckers' families are getting called and shit. And you want to talk about people's kids shit? We can talk about that. We can talk about how your son's going to court to testify against some.
Okay, so he wants to say, we're going to talk about how your son is going to court to testify against someone. Well, if you go to Brazos County Justice Web, you can look up my son's name. Or actually, no, you'd have to look it up under the defendant's name because they are the ones that are charged. And that information's out there. If you want to find it, you can go find it and look. But there have been no subpoenas that have been issued in that case. As a matter of fact, I'll take a screenshot of it later and I'll post it on my community page. There's been no subpoenas that have been issued in that case. None. And if he had been subpoenaed at this point, he'd already be back in Brazos County. He wouldn't still be sitting at that prison unit 2 hours away from here. Okay? Polunsky unit is where he is. Home of death row. Okay? Are we understood? So you just made up some bullshit right there, trying to say that my son is a rat if he is subpoenaed and he testifies against those two boys. No, if my son did not testify, he would end up going to jail. They've got it on video. They've got it on audio. And he was the victim. Okay? It happened in my front yard. And yes, I shot one of them. And I'd do it again to protect my child. Because that's what a parent's supposed to do. Okay? I want you to understand this, Eric, so you can shut the fuck up and quit being obsessed with me.
Somebody. We can talk about that.
Talk
Talk
about it.
about all kind of other shit. You know? What's up, classy girl, Lena? Good to see you. Darren C4, good to see you.
Hey.
Texas Josh, good to see you. Queen of Science, good to see you. Sean, good to see you.
This motherfucker takes an hour to say, good to see you.
So anyway, let me get over here because truthfully, I didn't even know about this until somebody texted this to me. So Watch Your Crazy must have seen my thumbnail when I put up this guy. I'll show you what must have triggered her. But see, she's been fucking with me for a while, and it's
No, sir. That's where you're wrong, Eric. I've not been fucking with you for a while. Back that shit up, bitch. You started this. You started this back after the night on Suge's New Year's Eve. You started this with me. Okay? I left that shit alone. Remember, we had an agreement not to fight. So what did you do? You let Michelle do the fighting for you. Okay? That's where shit happened. That's where shit happened. And then when I don't go along with your narrative, you want to get pissed and call me everything but a child of God? Bitch, fuck you. Fuck you. You're a bum living on your mom's fucking couch. Getting fucking people arrested because you get drunk and want to go show your ass to people on YouTube. You have main character syndrome. And everybody sees it. You're a fucking train wreck.
keeps on shit with these. They keep commenting on my family and shit like that.
No, that's where you're wrong again. I have said, as a matter of fact, I even mentioned it today on your show when I was on Candors, and he said something about, or maybe it was Fumble that said on my show, at which I didn't remember, but apparently it did happen, that you were racist and you were mad at your daughter for her having a child with the N-word. And I heard it on Candors, and I said, you know what? No, I have to be honest and say I've talked to Eric quite a bit, and I don't believe that to be the case. I just don't think that he would say that, because I didn't. Just like whenever the rumor was going around that you got arrested for trying to kidnap a 14-year-old behind a gas station. I didn't like you then either. And you know what I said? That's not what happened. I'll be damned. No, I think what really triggered you is when I had to prove yet again, you came after me first. This all started way back last year when you thought that you had award-winning information on my son's criminal history. My son has not hit a pregnant woman, let alone his baby mama. And what he's in prison for now is just like I said today. They approached his vehicle. He was a felon in possession of a firearm. And when her brother reached through the window of that truck to try to choke him, he pulled the gun out and told them to get their asses fucking back. He'd kill every one of them. It was 5 adults. Okay? That's what happened. Now, if you want to go look at my son's time that he has spent in prison, and all of his charges are there, you can go to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice website, Inmate Search, and look him up. Now, I'm not proud of what my child's done. See, there's a difference here, Eric. You come on here and you wear it like a badge of honor that you've done so much time. Well, it's not. It's not a badge of honor at all. I don't play that game. I would have much rather my son not go to prison. But he's gone. He has served all of his time on both sentences, both times that he's gone to prison, day for day. He served it. Well, the first one, he got good time. This one, no. He will serve every day of 4 years. Every day. So he's paid his debt to society. And for anybody to think otherwise about my child or anybody else's for that matter is dumb.
Anyway, she's seen this in my thumbnail.
Okay, I'm going to stop it here. And I already explained it like a million times. But the person that he's showing up on the screen right there, that's my sister's ex-husband. Okay, that's my former brother-in-law. I met this dipshit when I was in the 8th grade. Okay, he came in, he was in my class, and he's a few years older than me. Yeah, you heard me right. Okay, but he was in my class. I didn't like him then. I was good friends with his younger sister. I didn't like him then. I didn't like him when he came back many years later and showed up to a birthday party that we threw at my sister's house for me, but he didn't come for me, which was fine because I didn't like him to begin with. He came because he wanted to talk to my sister. And they started dating. And then they started living together. And then they got married. Now, mind you, my child was already a teenager getting close to adulthood. My nephew is only less than 2 years, it's a little over 2 years younger than my son. So they were both in their older teens when all of this took place. Okay? Is everybody following me? So after Vengeance Lee Ross and my sister got divorced, almost a year after actually, is when I got the call. And the Attorney General's office wanting to know if I knew where he was. Absolutely. Because he's a sick fucking predator. He should have been taken out. Instead, he got off light. He only ended up having to serve a couple of years on his 5-year sentence. He's already out. And I promise you, he better stay in Houston and never come back to Bryan College Station. He's not wanted here. So no, I didn't get triggered about that because I didn't marry him. He wasn't my husband. He didn't mess with any of mine or my sister's children. Now, his own grandchildren or whatever, I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
And she got triggered because this, like I said, they all have some weird shits going on in their family. She's trying to say, oh, they were together as teenagers and not. I don't know what she's saying on here. That guy doesn't look like a teenager to me.
Again, he doesn't care about the correct information. No, he's just trying to get some clicks and views, So he'll say any fucking thing. Any fucking thing. Fucking bitch.
That's her brother-in-law that got busted with child pornography. Doggy Lover, good to see you. Now, I'm not saying that she had anything to do with this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's why it's so normalized.
No, as a matter of fact, it's not normalized. It's not normalized until people like you, Chicago Muscle, the guy in Miami, Angel Gotti, who knows it's not true. Tony Silo, Jim Terry, and the list goes on and on and on. Carlos, Uncommon Sense, Gunsmoke, people like that call someone like MRE a pedo. And there's nothing there that proves that to be true. Now, in my brother-in-law's case, yeah, obviously it was true because they found the child porn and he got sentenced to prison for it. That's what happens when somebody's guilty. Most of the time. We hope.
And they don't care. So she's seen this picture and she says, well, Eric, looks like you are one retarded individual. Guess it is time for me to call Erin so she can tell everyone how she really feels about you. Really?
Oh, yeah. And trust me, I don't have to call her. I already know. I already know how she feels about you. Will you tell everybody how she feels about you? I don't think you will.
So you're going to call people in my
Wait, but you just threatened back at the beginning of the show that you were going to do it. Remember? But it's okay for you. Other people's families are getting called. But hey, isn't that part of what y'all say about MRE and the troll army? Is that they call people's families and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? I've never heard MRE call anybody's family, although he did say he called somebody's either father or grandfather because they were the owner of the phone number that was harassing him. Now, as just as luck would have it, don't you know that people called to his sister's memorial service or wake and tried to prank her services? How sick is that? But y'all point the finger at him? The fuck? There's something wrong with you fucking people.
Nobody's mentioning my family hypocrisy? Bullshit. Bullshit. I can show it to you. I can show it to you. What are they mentioning right there? That's somebody in my personal life.
And you mention people in my personal life all the time. You've been going at my son since a year ago, bitch. Get the fuck over it. You made it everybody's business when you brought her on YouTube. And then you got the poor girl arrested. Again. Isn't that the second time she's been involved with you and gotten arrested? I bet she's learned her lesson now, huh? Especially after seeing what you've done with that old methy meltdown chick. And God, you make her look stupid. You make her look so stupid. And for people that say that they're her friends or they like her so much, and for y'all to sit by and instigate this shit and play like he really cares about her, he has said point blank from day one that he don't give a shit about her. He just said it day before yesterday again.
Okay? What did MRE say yesterday? Oh, something in her comments about my kids or some shit like that. And he's done said shit about my kids and my mom. Don't tell me that shit.
What exactly did he say in my comments about your children or your family? I can guarantee you ain't near the shit that you've had to say about him or his. Right? Again, over there crying like a little bitch. You jump out there off the porch, and then when you start getting your ass whooped, you want to cry about it. Get over it. Grow a pair of balls. Man up. Do something.
This shit's happening. Yeah, Erin. So anyway.
And Erin is not your family, and I don't think she's part of your personal life anymore, is she?
So anyway, calling people in people's personal life, going real world with people's personal people and stuff like that, that's all the same thing that you people complain about.
And that you sit and do the same thing too. And we can go back through a number of your fucking videos and see it. You do it every time you get triggered. A little snappy.
Okay? So anyway, go ahead and call. Go ahead and call. Be my guest. Okay. If you think bringing up Vengeance League Ross is going to do anything to me, it won't. He's a sick fuck who was married to my sister, and he was never around any of our kids because they were teenagers when he and my sister were married. Oh, okay, the kids were teenagers or whatever. Okay, I didn't know he was around.
Yeah, you didn't know, motherfucker, and that's why you should have kept your goddamn mouth shut. But you just don't know how to do that because, again, you're a dumbass. You're not even on my level, bro. I'll walk circles around your fat fucking ass. And if I can't walk them, I'll roll them motherfuckers. Oh, me and my 300-pound big behind. And if you think I'm 300 pounds, keep thinking that. I want you to. You know why? I'm not interested in having a boyfriend on the interwebs. I've got one in real life. I don't need one here. Okay? I'm not Betty. I don't have to jump from one fucking junkie to another. You know, I'm not Danielle. I don't have to look for men on here either. Oh, I said it. Yes, I did. And BK, you can say all day long that I'm the problem and that MRE needs to get rid of me. But let me tell you something, you no nutsack having motherfucker. You flip-flop more than anything. You came over there because Carlos got on your ass and you didn't like it. So you wanted to try to buddy up and have you another little place to go. You've had no nuts. Today was the first time I've ever heard you speak up for MRE in somebody else's chat. The first time ever. So shut your fucking mouth. Or go help your girlfriend find her baby daddy's face. How about that?
Your kids. I didn't know none of that shit. Nice try though. Oh, and by the way, you were late as fuck with trying to have that, especially since I already had you sticking up for me when JT tried to pull this. What I said was this didn't have nothing to do with you. This was
Exactly. It didn't have anything to do with me. So why are you bringing it up now thinking it's going to give you some kind of clout or something? Or some clicks and views? You didn't trigger me because of the picture. I just got triggered because I don't deal with stupid well. And you're fucking as stupid as they come.
Somebody in your family who was in your family. Oh, what's up, Hugo? Good to see you. Can't you be original? Do better. Oh, wait. Can you be original? You know, who's the one who calls people's families and people in their personal lives, their neighbors, their ex-girlfriends, all that? That's JT who does that, and that's who you complain about.
Well, you know what, Eric? You panel him. You support him. You've been working with him for quite some time. And when I say working with, I don't mean that they're plotting and scheming every day on the phone, but they do talk a whole lot more than what anybody realizes. And they have since the very beginning.
And that's the exact same shit you're talking about doing here. And you've been wanting to do. What, like I told you, hey, Kathy, good to see you. Go right ahead. I've already, since you've started.
If I wanted to call somebody in your life, I could have. And I did when it was important, when you were in jail, as I recollect. Didn't I? And I could have been an ass then. I wasn't. But just like you sit up there and talk shit, guess what? I can do the same thing and you don't like it, do you? Nope. It's just like with Fumble. You have ran your mouth about him. He hadn't even been over here on YouTube. But that's what got all this fired up. You kept listening over there to the damsel in distress and believing her bullshit when the dude wasn't even anywhere around here.
Started Watcher of Crazy. Listen, I've already had people come over in my chat saying that they've talked to my daughters and my daughters said that I'm a racist and this and that and this.
Well, I will tell you that those people that are coming into your chat saying that knew who your daughter long was, and it wasn't because of me. Like, you've put that information out there. Not me. I just barely said it. And it was about Erin, not your daughter. Although I could call your daughter. I've got her number. I wouldn't. See, I think you have failed to realize, Eric, again, we're different. We're very different. I know how to do the right thing. You don't.
This and that going on, this and that, which isn't true. Nobody's talked to my daughters. I talked to my, yesterday was Father's Day. I talked to both my daughters. My granddaughter, everything like that. Okay. So it's not true, but at the end.
Yeah, nobody's called. You're right. No, I haven't. And not gonna. But I like to see how triggered it makes you. when I do the same thing back to you that you do to everybody else. It ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun.
The end of the fucking day. But at the end of the fucking day, you know, this is the shit that you caused. Okay? Now, just
Oh, that I've caused. Exactly how did I cause this? By not bowing down? By not bowing down and denouncing MRE? That's how I caused this? Well, you know what? I'd cause it all over again. Because I think he's a cool dude. I don't have a problem one with him. Not a single one.
to let everybody know, that threat of calling people about me, it's not a threat to me. It just opens doors. Because listen, here's the difference. My people aren't going to sit here and dish a bunch of weird shit and all that shit on me because there is nothing.
And guess what? Neither would mine. It just so happens that the people that Jim has talked to are not my people. Okay? He talked to the grandchildren's mother, which hates my son and has hated me from the beginning because I was pissed off that he was with her. Her family is trash. They always have been. Didn't want my son with that. So yeah, she hasn't liked me, nor did I like her. When she became the mother of my grandchildren, things changed. As they should. But I have a right not to like her if I don't want to. And of course that's who he spoke with. And of course he didn't tell her who he really was or that she was being recorded and put on a public live stream. I've got all that in writing. So yeah, of course they talk trash. She thought she was really doing something. And yes, I've not only got it in writing, but I've talked to her face to face about it. You know why? Because I was talking to her the whole time that Jim and I were cool last year, or the year before last, whenever it was. That's why I was cool with Jim. And when he started his shit, wanting to go after other people and doing the grifting thing, the cash grab shit, I didn't want to be a part of it. I was done with it. I was over it. And he kept on and he kept on and he kept on. And it got it fired back up. And then that's whenever he started going over to Angels last January.
There is nothing. Okay? But the opposite is when your people sat down, the people who wanted to give you an interview, people who sat down, give me a minute, Joe. I got to finish with this shit. The people who wanted to sit down, and they talked about you people. They shitted all over you people. Okay? So we can open that door.
Sorry, made me choke. The other people that Jim talked to were my ex's brother and father, as I said on the show today. Both of them stated at the beginning of the interview that they didn't know who I was. Hell, I didn't remember the brother. That's how insignificant he was in my life. And my ex didn't think that that was his legitimate brother. He thought it was his nephew. But that's beside the point. And so, I mean, how would they know? Like I said earlier today, how would they know anything about me if whenever he called and asked, they didn't remember me, but they had heard about me. Maybe they heard about me from Jim because that's the way it happens. That's what he does. Everybody knows it. It's been pointed out too many times. And if people don't see it, it's because they choose not to.
To call people's family members and shit like that. That's fine. That is fucking fine. Okay? So, what you did the other day, you go over in, and Candor, you're watching, you go over in a Candor thing, and you say, hey, tune into my show. Eric supports, what he supports is sick, and we're going to show you who the really person is or something like that. And she puts up some things, Jim Terry.
And again, I'm just gonna play it for you guys and gals real quick.
What's the movie about? A fucking alien?
Yeah,
And what,
I
he
never seen
comes
it.
to Earth and needs to get home, or
I don't really remember, honestly.
they should make a movie where the alien comes to Earth and it's like an ET, and it's a straight up hardcore diddler. It's a straight up hardcore diddler. It's a straight up hardcore diddler.
They almost did. Resident Alien is pretty funny, actually. It's on.
Yeah, I think that's pretty sick. And I think I'm quite justified in stating that that's sick. And that is what you support. As a matter of fact, you had him back on your panel again today. So I wasn't trying to portray something. I was just stating facts.
Terry said on a show about an alien coming to Earth in a movie and being a diddler. So she said by that, I support diddlers. But
I mean, that's what you say about me with MRE, and he's not. And I'm going to show that too. We're going to get to that in just a minute.
I'm going to let you know something. I'm not saying nothing about nobody, but I don't support people who.
I'm not saying nothing about nobody, but I don't support people who. You just contradicted yourself right there in that sentence, bro.
This is your boy MRE who keeps talking about my kids.
And he wasn't talking about your children in the way that you do with him. Let's get that straight. Just like the comment that he made before when he said you wouldn't like, or you don't like it when people go after your kids and your family. Well, guess what? He doesn't like it when people do the same with his family. And that's pretty much about all he's had to say.
When he wasn't allowed around kids in his family.
And we're going to get to that in just a minute. Who's having to send you stuff, Eric?
You know, we'll play a little video somebody did on him, putting up his paperwork and all that kind of shit. Which he wasn't convicted. But I'll explain some things that he lied about.
That's right. He was not convicted. Period. And he had no duty to answer shit for anybody on YouTube. Okay? But people thought that they were slick and they were going to go out and get this documentation and it was going to prove something. And you know what? You stupid motherfuckers. You made yourselves look like complete assholes. And if he really was a rat, and it wouldn't even be ratting, if he really was that concerned about it, he could have fucking nailed your asses to the wall, every single one of you in court. He could have, because you defamed him. You blatantly lied about him. And I'm going to show you in just a minute, because it's real easy to see when you listen and pay attention. And there's a reason why Casparosa laid out things the way that he did. He was very smart in how he worded some things. And you dumb asses ran with it. And you made it what you wanted to, because you were so blinded by hate that you couldn't tell the truth about him. Okay, so this one ends. That one ends. Let me get the next one pulled up real quick. Oops, sorry. Oh, I think somebody's fixing to tell me that I don't have any audio. Okay, give me just a quick second. Mhm. Thank you for your patience. Please make sure that you hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I really do not care which of them that you touch, but please touch one of them.
Thumbing and likings are appreciated. Thanks. Bye.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get this to work. Oh, and by the way, somebody said today that there needed to be a side by side of Fumble's wife and Betty Hayward. And there's the side by side. And I'll tell you right now, Fumble's wife blows Betty out of the fucking park.
She don't even have to try.
No, she's a hot piece of ass. Just saying. You're really kind of lucky to have her. But there is a deal that if something happens, she comes to me next.
And I'm good at that. Because I
Okay.
know you're strictly dickly, so
Yep.
you guys will just
Go to
drink
Ulta.
all my liquor that I've been saving up because I'm a drunk.
I know you fucking lush. Just make sure that before you go, you bite me. I know she'd say the same thing too.
House. They'll take every electronic in the house. They'll take your fucking girlfriend's computer. They'll take your kids' phones, computers, everything like that. But that's whatever agency is rating you is dealing with that. Like my shit was always the drug task force and shit like that. So they, on their warrant, they clearly say their affidavit for a warrant, what they are allowed to search for in these phones and computers. Anything pertinent to drug dealing, money ledgers, things like that. Now, here's the problem with his. His says for the firearms / child pornography.
Okay, and let's talk about why that is. That makes it a great time to segue into what I think is really important for people to hear and understand about the situation. Okay, so the first incident that occurred was concerning the situation where his brother and the brother's baby mom, the niece's mom, were going through a custody battle. Okay. My understanding is that the allegation was made because she didn't necessarily want to go at the husband. So she went for a family member. Okay. Now, there's reasons to that, but if you've listened to MRE, you know what they are. The fact of the matter is, she made an allegation. She went to court to get a temporary restraining order because that's what happens. You get a temporary restraining order first. The brother, not wanting to have to go through all of that shit, just said okay and signed off on it, and they went about their way. Okay. That's how MRE did not know about it, because the brother okayed it to keep saying that the daughter would not go around MRE. Now, only an allegation was made. Now, do you think that from that kind of allegation that the police would not do an investigation? Because I believe that they would. Okay? I don't know who out there thinks that they wouldn't, but they would. And so, fast forward 7 years later, somebody sends in a tip. of him, I guess, having guns. So what happens? They start to investigate. Okay. Now remember that 7 years prior, there were these allegations, but there were never any charges. Never any charges. Okay. And then here comes a quote unquote alleged violation at some point. Well, if a person doesn't know that they have it because their brother signed off on the paperwork saying this is acceptable and he was never served with anything, he wasn't arrested for it. It was an allegation. And the brother still had the daughter over there. Yes, the state will pick up any charges when it's a child. Okay? We're all on the same page still, right? So when they get his computer, it's only common sense that they're going to check said computer, because if he was really a fucking pedophile, he would probably have an indication on his computer that he was doing shit that he didn't have no business doing with kids. But guess what? They gave him the computer back. Still no charges, only the allegation. And guess what? He's been around the niece. Even after that, she's been on his channel. I've got pictures of the family together. Just because people on here say that something is true does not mean that it's true. I agree. If people want to talk about someone's past, why don't they talk about their own? So, let's see here. So I'm going to call that put to bed. Okay. That whole situation right there with the whole pedophilia thing, or him being a diddler or whatever, people can say what they want to. The reason it was looked for on his computer was because of the previous allegations. And had there been anything there, I guarantee you that he would have been charged with it. Again, I know some of you people are so blinded by hate for someone that you can't tell the truth, even when it's put right in your face. Carlos, you know this. And you still run with that fucking narrative. Still run with it. Now, moving on, we all know that, and I'm not done with you yet, Eric, you little bitch. We all know that in 2015, I believe it was, or 16, I think it was 15. Anyways, there was a tip that came in saying that MRE had guns and whatnot. So they raided his apartment. And in that apartment, they found some altered M80s. And there was one particular piece that was wrapped in medical tape, white medical tape, that had some little balls, metal balls in it. Okay. Now, there were other altered things. And at first, the feds got involved. They were investigating it. And they put in there that, what IEDs were, what they had seized, because there were some guns along with the IEDs. If I were going to go purchase a firearm from somebody and I had been in trouble before, I might check with my police department to make sure that it's legal for me to have said weapons, right? Because everybody knows if you're a felon, you're not supposed to be in possession of a firearm. Okay? So the way that I understand it is that actually happened. He did make a phone call and was told that he was fine. He purchased those firearms from an online seller. They were, I don't know if it was, I agree, Ken. I absolutely agree. But technically, by definition, if you want to get right down to it, you could, it's a really soft lien. It's a really soft lien. Yeah, exactly. They were trying to say he was like Timothy McVeigh when he was trying to blow up a damn diorama, which I've seen, and he's very creative with that shit. Very creative. Nonetheless, after they did the investigation and checked into everything, including his computer, they deemed that it would be better to just get him to sign off on the paperwork saying that he was aware he was never allowed to own a firearm. Okay? Now, people say, oh, well, he's a rat. He's a rat. It said, and I even heard Carlos say this one time, it said that the feds were involved. Yeah, because they were going to pick up the case and take it federal. And in Rhode Island, the state had 6 months to either charge him or to drop the charges. And you can go over to Casper Roses and watch all this. So whenever they asked the feds, what are y'all going to do? They said, well, we're investigating. So the state ends up getting to the 6-month rule and they have to drop the charges because the feds were investigating. So months later, the feds come back and say, you know what? We're going to have him sign this document saying he is now aware he can never own a firearm. And he did that. So the only federal involvement was the investigation that they were running about what was alleged to be IEDs and firearms. So does everybody get it now? Are we clear on how this all went down? If he were a pedophile or he had done something to his niece, his ass would have went to jail for it. Okay? Now, there's a difference between a neo-Nazi and a white nationalist. Okay? Just because he's proud of being white does not mean that he's out there trying to lynch black people and, is going to hurt someone who's homosexual or whatever. There's a lot of you people out there that I hear don't like homosexuals. Does that make you a neo-Nazi? There's a lot of you out there that don't like black folks. Does that make you a neo-Nazi? I didn't think so. So moving right along, let me know if I don't have audio on this, please. We're going to come back over, and I'm going to drop, actually, no, you all know where to go if you want to see Casper Rosa's stuff, because you can watch and listen for yourself. It's in there. And people can spin it whatever way that they want to. But the fact of the matter is, you're doing what you bitch about everybody else doing, Eric, making up shit and running with the narrative that has not been proven to be true. Because we all know that if he was the one that was doing inappropriate things with children, he'd still be doing it and they would have found it. Hang on just a second. Okay, sorry. My bad. moving right along. So now that we have all that, and the other agency was the feds, you dumb fuck. So he just said it right there. The Johnson police asked another agency, which was the feds, for help on the case. So, of course, they're going to take a look into it. The allegation was made previously. And what they find? A big fat nothing burger. Imagine that. Maybe he didn't know. Because my understanding is whenever you get arrested, when they kick in your door like that and arrest you, they leave the warrant in the apartment. If you're not sitting there reading every line of that warrant and what they're looking for, and you just get kicked doored on, like maybe he didn't realize, maybe he didn't know. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that he doesn't have a duty to tell anybody on here anyway. It's his motherfucking business. Because you see what they did with the shit. It's not like people actually painted it as the truth. Did they? Including you, Eric. Including you. Oh, wait. I've never accused him of being racist. That's the last thing I would do, but it is what it is. Well, if he wasn't worried again, why are you up here doing this shit? That's my question. Oh, cry me a fucking river. That's what you're crying about? That's what he said about your family. That wasn't disparaging to your family. Really? You're soft. You're real fucking soft. Soft as Charmin. No, we've seen everything. And that's why we like him. Because we know. All you have to do is talk to the dude. He didn't even know me. And I asked him questions. He told me everything. And then I didn't ask him about it for another almost a year. And when I asked him about it again, you know what? I got the same story. You know what that tells me? He's telling the truth. Yeah, you were. You've been waiting for this because you thought that you were fixing to do something to change people's minds, and you didn't. All you did was make yourself look like a complete and utter jackass. Yeah, back to me. No, he was never locked up for battery. You've never seen that anywhere. And if you have, show me, bitch. Show me. Because he was never locked up for battery. No, he never beat her up. Wrong answer again. He's never hit her. Ever. Ever. pulled a gun on her, her brother, I think it was probably her dad. Maybe it was her other brother, her now husband, and her sister. Yeah, they shouldn't have approached his vehicle, period. But you know what? They're the same ones that came over to my house and attempted to kill him that night, that one of them got shot. You see, it's a pattern of behavior. Now, had my son not been a felon and that had happened, he would have been fine. But no, again, you opened your fucking mouth without knowing what the hell you were talking about. And you removed all doubt that you're a dumbass fool. Oh. Okay, give me just a second. Because y'all ain't hearing, apparently. Sorry. Sorry.
Hey.
Where am I at? Here I come. I'm trying to get it to reset. This thing gives me the blues sometimes. I pay too much money for fucking StreamYard for this bullshit, you know? Drives me crazy. Can y'all hear me okay? Oh, I'm sure the wrench is in here. Fangs, if you're in here, hit that thumbs up, Fangs. Or hit the thumbs down. It's okay. Either way. I'm fixing to let this go for just a little minute, and then we're gonna move on to something else that people need to see the fucking real deal. Okay. Oh, you know what? There we go. Okay. I think it doesn't like when I switch back and forth between screens. Hey, Rocker. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know, Carmela, it's horrible. You think paying that much money, they do something about it, but they haven't yet. Here we go. Now, let me know if y'all can hear it.
Eric Schlett, this was over a year ago, and I said about your son, he was locked up for battery.
No, he wasn't.
But I mistakenly thought that he beat the girl up, but it wasn't that. I was wrong. He pulled a gun on her. Okay. I was fucking wrong. It was
And
still he was in
four
jail for the
family
said
members.
battery or whatever. That's why I thought that it was for real, like beating up or whatever. But you know, so you keep on saying that. You keep on mentioning, oh, you'll put my kids' shit out there. You'll do this. You'll do that. You keep talking about the shit that happened with the flag, stuff like that. You go with these people and you go and listen. They're all supposed rat hunters, and they're this and they're that and they're this, and you're over there cheering all this shit on. You've been in these people's chats. You've called people rats. You've called this one that, this and that. Your son's going to court to testify on the guy who was fighting him on the front lawn that you shot.
And that does not make him a rat. Especially if he gets subpoenaed. He is legally obligated. Legally obligated. And he'd be dumb not to do it. Especially since it's on video and audio. I mean, look. They came to my house seeking him out. Okay? They pulled a gun. They jumped him. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he testify? They deserve time in jail just like he had to go to jail when he pulled a gun on 5 adults.
Your son's testifying for the prosecution. You've admitted that. And you said that doesn't make him a rat because he's subpoenaed. Sammy the Bull was also subpoenaed.
Well, and just so you know, I'm sure you understand, my son is not in the mob, nor did he cooperate with the feds or anybody else for that matter. So there's a big difference there, bitch. Don't even try it. Don't even fucking try it.
Mm. Can I say that?
Yes.
Isn't a rat like somebody that goes out on people and like will tell on somebody to get themselves out of trouble, or just tell on people to get paid or something, right?
Yeah.
I
Kind of
think-
like what Betty does.
Exactly. And kind of like what Foss is doing right now. They run in Tattletale to gym all the time. So
Yeah.
okay, I was just making sure. I was making sure I wasn't screwed up.
Not at all. You're very clear on that. Thank you for
Okay,
making
thanks,
such a great
thanks.
point. I mean, it goes to show that maybe you did make it past 8th grade.
And Paul Castellano didn't press charges on John Gotti. So my point is this. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to bash the kid or whatever, because it's like this. But you can't,
You don't want to bash the kid or whatever? You shouldn't be bashing him. He's not involved in any of this. Does he know about it? Absolutely. Absolutely, he knows about it. You think that I wouldn't tell him? You know he knows about all this stuff. I told you, Eric. I told you. And still, to this day, I've never said a disparaging word about any of your kids. Have I? Nope.
you're treading a fucking thin line here.
Really? Because where I'm standing, it looks like an expressway, 6 lanes on each side. It doesn't look very thin to me. Just like you don't look thin to me.
You're treading a real thin line here with that type of shit and bringing kids and all this type of shit into it.
Really? And you haven't brought people's kids into it? You haven't threatened to go after people? Oh, you've done it. You've gone after a lot of different women about their children. And you allow the sorry son of a bitch, Jim, to come up on your panel and do it. Even after you swore you'd never panel him again.
And people's personal people. How about I tell you, what if I call your son's baby's mother?
Go right ahead. I don't give a fuck. I don't give 2 shits. Call her. What more do you think she's going to tell you? That I spent a shit ton of money on them for their birthday and for school clothes and for Christmas? Not really a whole lot bad she can say about me. I mean, she did live here rent free. I did put my son out because she didn't want him here. Like I said, you all know nothing about what's gone on in my life. You listen to Jim, he can't even get the timelines right. I mean, that's the sick motherfucker that tried to say I had 6 abortions and they were probably all my child's children. That's what you support, Eric. The same man that went around and told the whole wide world internet that Johnny was a pedophile and played fucking interviews with Johnny's family. But you sit up on Johnny's panel. You've said before that you wouldn't doubt that he was one. But you said you were just up there a couple of nights ago. And you want to talk about us being weirdos and supporting weirdos? What the fuck do you support? That's some weird shit, ain't it? Now, am I saying that Johnny's a pedophile? No, I'm not saying that. Because there are no charges. I don't know that those interviews are real. I know how much people like to play with AI. But there's even some of that that's been done that's illegal. And it's not a civil matter. It's a criminal matter. Just FYI. Y'all better revisit the laws. Especially in the states of people that you're harassing with that fuck shit.
Like, you understand?
Nope. Sure don't.
But that's the same shit that you're doing.
Wrong answer, bitch. Wrong answer.
And like I said, call anybody you want. Call any fucking body you want. No charges, no convictions. I didn't say, listen. Only thing I said is that he lied about that shit. I never said that he fucked. I don't know.
Bullshit. I've got text messages where you say that you've seen all the paperwork. I've seen it. I know he is. Dumbass. You're a dumbass. And everybody sees it. Okay, so I've had enough of his stupid ass. I mean, I could go on because I have another probably 5 minutes in this clip. And then I have another clip that's probably another 15 or 20 minutes. But you know what? For the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. Because I want to move on to the next thing. The next thing is that apparently there was some talk today about on Eric's channel. There was an argument, I guess you would say, or a debate between myself and Betty Hayward about supporting another Chomo that's on YouTube, a real one that's on the sex offender website, or was. He had to register. And the fact of the matter, Betty, is that you were actually the one that was friends with the guy's wife. You knew about it long before I did. And I'm not sure. Someone told me today that it was another person that looked it up. But that man's wife told me, Betty, that you looked it up and you were the one that found it and gave it to her, which is why he had released the video trying to explain it away like a day or two before everything came out. Bear with me 1 second here, because I want to make sure that we're not listening to more than what we need to listen to. And Bumble, if you have anything to contribute, please feel free.
Yeah, I just feel like MRE kind of owns Eric because he brings him up all the time. I don't know MRE like you know him, but he's always been good to me. He's always been a cool dude. He's always been chill. He comes in, says a few things, listens. Like always been chill with me. And I've saw the paperwork as well. Actually, we've all discussed it in a group, and it makes for grown men to act like they're acting or to act like they've been in the pen or whatever they've done. It's crazy. It's unbelievable to me because they obviously can't read because the man wasn't charged with anything.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter when the feds come to your house and they find anything, they're going to take everything, especially if it's I don't care what it is, a homemade pipe bomb or whatever. They're taking all your computers. They're taking everything. Everything's getting wiped out. So this is just ridiculous to me, especially from somebody that talks so big about being in the pen and is like a jailhouse lawyer and all these things, you know, with his Just for Men dripping off his chin and leaving a ring around his collar.
Okay.
Big
and
thug.
then steadily trying to push narratives about, you know, you being in love with Betty or whatever, even when Betty has said repeatedly that that's not the case.
Yeah.
Period.
Man,
You've
it's
said
not.
it repeatedly. That's not the case.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, it doesn't matter how many times you say it. It doesn't make it true.
Yeah. I mean, just because they think Betty's this hot piece or whatever. I know Betty personally. I talked to Betty for 2 years and thought this is good. And everybody keeps wanting to bring up that Eric, I was jealous of Eric or something. No, it's the same reason I always say. And you guys will hear all this. I just have, it's time. It's timing for me. I'm not as quick to jump like a lot of people. So you guys will hear this. There's nothing about Eric Voss that I'm jealous of. There's nothing. That dude looks like I don't even know. He ain't nothing to me. He's just a fat ass sitting on his mom's porch testing the fucking rigidity of the 2x6s. He ain't shit to me. The thing about that is he was fucking paneling Jim, and then he would talk shit about everybody in my chat. And I just don't support that. I'm not gonna fucking be cool with that guy. That's it. I'm just not. I'm not gonna be cool with anybody like that. So there's nothing about Betty. Nothing. I treated her like a little sister. I really did look out for her for a long time. And it bit me in the ass, and like it seems like everything is just biting me in the ass now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we live and we learn.
yes.
And one thing that I will say is it definitely proved your loyalty. I will say that, you know, because even with some things right there in your face, you know, you still chose to be loyal until you couldn't anymore.
Yeah, I was pretty dumb walking
Well,
around with them.
I'm not saying that, but
No,
I-
blinds. I was wearing blinders
yeah,
for a long time.
absolutely. And you know, I think that it's just, well, we'll get into this because I think that you guys will begin to see, if you haven't already, that Betty is not the sweet, innocent gal that she makes herself out to be.
She's not always right either, as much as she wants to be.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I'm not saying that I always get it right, because God knows, you know, I can be a dum-dum. I've been known to do that a time or two. Okay. So the first one was the first one. Let's see here. Say it with your it's did someone say fumbled 3 times, right? Me, you, and Huggy and Ruben. That was the first one, I think. Yes, it is. Okay. So the one that I am getting ready to play for you guys on the screen, bear with me. It's going through this whole subject matter that she says that I was the one that knew in advance. No, I'm fixing to show you guys when I found out and when I knew. And she had already known about it. This is when I found out about it.
Here I come.
I don't understand how fucking people don't. Either they're selective hearing or
CTC guys
in the world. But fuck, man, I remember that shit. So,
Can y'all hear everything okay?
I can hear it, and I couldn't hear it the last time. So
Okay, perfect. Holler at me if you can't hear it.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Well, thank God I've never been arrested.
Yeah.
I have that shit to worry about.
Ruben came out. Ruben said all his shit too.
I know. What the fuck?
We all talked about that on, yeah.
Yeah, King said.
But what I'm saying
King.
is, when you fire up that live or you go on a show or you call in somewhere for the very first time, is that what you say? Because I didn't.
No, you know, it was one of these things where, you know.
So my
just have
point
to-
is that, well, of course, he's going to bring it out before they do, because it takes the power away from them to expose it.
I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? I do it.
I mean, like I said, it doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and be his best friend or anything like that. But we don't know all the details. Somebody show me some court records. Let's make a determination then.
Not only that, but here's the thing. What the fuck would you like us to do? What do you want us to fucking pitchfork this motherfucker?
Right.
If you can't reach him, what the fuck makes you think we can't? Why would we?
And I know people I have strong feelings about that. You know, I mean, shit, when I was a kid, I was touched by my uncle. So I get it. I fucking get it. You know, I was 8 years old. I didn't deserve that shit. So I understand. I totally get it. But I'm not going to sit here and fucking crucify this man again and again. I'm not doing it. And if that's what anybody else up here wants to do, or anybody else, that's fine. I can drop down either and just go on about my way. I'm not doing it.
James T. Golden. Do you guys know who that is?
No.
Nope.
Do you want to know who it is?
Yep.
Hang on. I will tell y'all because we're changing the subject. I don't give a fuck what anybody else puts in there because I already told everybody who I back 100%, and I'm going to always back her, and it's Kaylee. And if Kaylee comes to facts, that's where my facts always lie. Just so everybody knows, clean and clear, I will always back Kaylee 100%. And if she has facts, she has facts. And
Absolutely.
I don't put up with fucking people that mess with kids. Period. The fucking end. I don't care who you are, how much I like you, anything. I don't put up with any fucking body who has ever touched a kid in any amount of time in their life. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, James T. Golden is a family member of Jim's. He was a lawyer. He was barred and sued for the same type of shit that Jim does. He didn't refund money. He ripped people off, and he was a scam artist.
So it runs deep.
Wow.
See, and we knew this though. We fucking said this shit, man. We just, can't put everything together. Like, motherfucking, we ain't got the resources to do that shit. Daddy's crooked.
Fuck. He passed away in 2011.
Did he pass away or did he get killed?
I'm a ghost and shit.
Don't choke.
That is awesome.
That's funny. One of these motherfucking people up here summon some ghosts and shit with some tarot card bullshit.
He was born in 1928. Miss T needs to go. Hey, James, we're gonna catch up with that. Yep, we're gonna go hunt for you for real. We'll be there in September.
That is
oh my god, dude. Whoever the fuck, thank you.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna come ghost hunt for your ass.
I'm a ghost.
I got questions.
That shit is so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dude,
that was golden right there.
Yeah, that blew me up. I was like, oh shit.
James can't be related. He's spelling too correctly.
He was an attorney after all. I ghost tickle buttholes. Good.
I'll
make sure mine's ready.
Reminds me of fucking a homeboy that just got busted for killing his fucking family and shit. Murdoch case and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like them motherfuckers over there.
Okay, so in the chat, I just want to make a note that in the chat, True Crime Deep Dive is actually giving details of what happened with this person's husband and this underage situation. So she's given the details in chat, and I'm reading it, but I hadn't seen paperwork on any of it. So, I didn't know. I had no clue what was really going on. I knew that there was a video that had been put out. I think it was earlier that morning. And I didn't even watch the full video. I think I got maybe a minute of it in. And I was rushing to work. So I didn't know what was going on. Hang on. We're going to keep going because it's going to prove in just a minute that I wasn't the one that knew.
And I can vouch for this because I either sent her or I forgot to send her.
No, it was Ruben that forgot to send it to me.
That's
he didn't send it to me or Huggy.
Because I didn't even have your number at the time.
Yeah.
This was early on. You're right.
I object.
That shit was funny.
Oh my god.
Golden, he said, I object.
Oh shit!
I wonder if one of these motherfuckers. Shit, well, I guess Sparkles is about to get killed by his brother. Shit.
I think Sparkles got allegedly infiltrated by his brother in his back hole.
In his back hole.
Yep. Sure enough.
Allegedly infiltrated.
He's definitely infiltrated in the back. You backhoe infiltrator.
He's the backhoe operator.
Oh, look, it's got a hole in its back. I wonder if I stick it here.
The real question is, did Sparkles like it?
Well, the Huggy Bear ain't heard a complaint from him yet. No.
One time I got short suspended by the bar and failed to notify my current clients. Then they suspended me for a year when the judge found out. Dude, you're just spilling all your shit in your ghost fucking.
This about the court-appointed attorneys or public defenders. Yeah, it may be free for everyone, but that
Go
doesn't
on up,
necessarily
Watcher.
mean
You can
that they fight for the case. They are there to ensure that your civil rights
you
are
can,
not
you can
violated.
go on ahead
period.
if you haven't watched this.
I don't that was not, go on ahead of this one.
No, you can go on ahead to like 30 or somewhere in there.
Okay. Here we go. I totally understand. I'm a victim as well. I get it. I understand. And I understand how people feel that way. If you're innocent, you don't plead guilty to it. It's a different story when you're sitting there and you know that your attorney is not going to fight for you. They're telling you this is what you need to do. I'm just saying, I don't know that was the case with him. But, and what I want to know what the actual charge was.
Go to 32.
Okay. That we're not guilty. There's people that get out. I wouldn't send my 14-year-old girl over there. Fiddlers. I don't. But at the same time, there is another side to it. And you also have to stop and look at no, you don't have to stop and look at the big picture, but to be different, to stand out, to be educated about it, you do have to look at all. Now, would I send my 14-year-old girl over there? No. I wouldn't send my 14-year-old girl over there.
You can hear Watcher getting the messages right
But
now.
am I going to just sit here and dog this man out on this live without knowing all the details, without having it right in front of me? No, I'm not going to do it. Y'all do it. I don't have a problem if y'all do it because y'all have to answer for that. I'm not doing it. I'm not defending him and saying that it was right. I'm telling you what I'm not going to do. Because I'm woman enough to keep my negative thoughts and opinions to my motherfucking self.
She completely changed her attitude.
People
here.
think it's okay because you don't like something that someone else did and you're so set against it, or you're a victim of it, that you've got to just rail off on them. No, you don't. No, you don't. And Fumble, if you're more than welcome to kick me at any time, I'm not going to hold a grudge. I'm just speaking my piece. It's how I feel.
I think everybody should be able to speak their piece.
You know,
Yeah.
and is it popular? No, it's not popular. My stance on it is not popular because I'm not doing what the crowd is doing. I'm not going to.
Oh, jeez.
How
Yeah,
about
that's
this? How about
Kaylee
you let him defend
sending her.
himself?
I will do that. And I will say nothing else about it.
148,000 G's. That's more than than James T. Golden. Yep.
There's people in this chat and on this panel that they've been on both sides. You know what I mean? Watcher, she's been on one side. She's been on the other side as well. You know what I mean? I've been on one side, the criminal element, but you have an opinion, express your opinion.
What are you talking about blocking you, Kaylee? Ain't nobody can fucking block you ever.
Uh-uh.
Period. Ever. You, Watcher, Sketchy, none of that. Ever. I've
No,
always
and I
got your back.
I don't feel like anybody should hold their tongue on it. I mean, it's been brought out. I don't feel like anybody should hold their tongue.
Mm-mm.
If somebody feels a certain way, you're not getting judgment from me. I'm just telling you what I'm not going to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Because, you know, I feel like as adults, we can agree to disagree. You know, and it's not necessarily that we disagree. It's just how we go about responding to it. That's all. And it doesn't make me any different than anybody else. Or anybody else any different than me.
Nice hanging out with a younger guy. He being in his mid-40s now. I taught him everything he knows about social
Skip it
skills,
along a little
technology,
more.
and
I
just being
thought
a
it was
decent
closer
human.
than that.
What is his
That
name,
is true.
James? James. Is his name James?
I guess I'm still reading at this point.
I
Mhm.
think I know.
You know? What I just saw,
There you go.
I can't defend it. I won't. I'm done. On that note.
Let's all be done. How about that? But James T. Golden, you're welcome anytime. We love having your ghostly self here.
Yeah, Ruben, you're welcome anytime too, man. Don't ever feel like you're a burden over here, man, and you gotta raise your hand and no, we always yeah.
It's one of those things.
And Watcher
So-
volunteered to come up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For
Ruben,
this.
and I hope you come.
So Betty, I want to know who knew about it first, me or you,
Yeah.
Betty? You lying little sack of shit.
Never trust a fucking screenshot of a text from that woman. I promise you. Or an
Ever.
email. Any of that shit. Ask
Nope.
Kenny Hines about that shit. Y'all don't know who Kenny Hines. A lot of y'all won't. Ask him about that shit. Ask a lot of people about that. Ask me about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And Jim even said that the whole shit with BJ's mom was Betty. And Betty admitted to it. And he
Mhm.
tried to put that off on me, not realizing I was on a live stream that day talking shit
Mhm.
to you.
Yep.
I was talking shit to you that day. So now tell me, Betty, because you weren't friends with Jim at that point, how did you get him those screenshots? So that he could blame me. Huh? If you're
How did
not
that
sharing
happen?
information with Jim, how did he get that, Betty?
Not and haven't been sharing. But it's weird how one thing that I noticed, it's weird how Jim and Gorilla Jack both found out from Betty at the same time. Because Jim on Eric's, the reason we're talking about this, y'all, is because are you going to play that part of Eric's?
I don't have it because I was on
Oh.
panel.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, I would have sent it to you too. Anyways, Betty was up there talking all this shit to Watcher about how she knew it first and all this stuff. But Jim said that they're the first ones that dropped it. No, Jim was going to wait until a Monday to do this, or to whenever they were going to do the
Tuesday.
next show.
He was
Tuesday.
going to be on his Tuesday show.
So we dropped this before anybody. So it was about a guy that was, or a guy and a woman that were in our community that were husband and wife. There's this character called Sketchy as Fuck running around making all kinds of videos about Jim and all these people. And her husband was Gorilla Jack, and he was like a monkey or something. So it ended up the husband is a diddler, not a diddle, a diddler. Jim, everybody knows what you're talking about, you dumb bitch. Anyways, everybody thought that. Well, nobody knew who they were really. So come to find out, these people, the Sketchy and the Gorilla Jack, tried to send me, Watcher, I think pretty much everybody was on that panel. Me, Watcher, Ruben. I think it was just us, like this thing saying, "Oh, it was false. It was all false. Some girl just claimed," kind of like the MRE thing really is.
Right.
So this guy contacted a girl and went to meet her on the internet, and she clearly stated she was 14 or 15 at the time. All this stuff. So then everybody was like, "Oh, they like diddlers." No. Jim was the one going to hold on to all this info, because I personally don't care what. I'm not going to sit here and go down my list right here and look up people. That's not what we do. But when Jim gets butthurt, just like Eric, they think threatening to call somebody or looking at somebody's record is the right thing to do. So we honestly would have never known about it if Jim hadn't start fucking saying, "Oh, he's a diddler," or no, actually, Salty called it out, but nobody was going to release it to like the public. And we said, "Fuck this." Once you know, you just know. You can't. I have kids. You can't unthink that. Well, Watcher got blindsided by it because I had the info. I sent it to Ruben. Ruben was supposed to send it to Watcher, and Watcher never got it until Kaylee, who was in chat, sent it to Watcher. So Watcher's reading this like live on panel, and she got, like I said, she got blindsided by it. Not by anybody. And I didn't want to. It wasn't anything nefarious on my end. The other guy, well, we kind of know how Ruben works.
Yeah.
So
and he wants to sit there in Eric Foss's chat today and talk shit. Well, Ruben, let me explain something to you, bro. You called me almost every day for months.
Mm-hmm.
And you sat up there after I told you I wasn't getting in the middle of y'all's fight, and you shit talked Fumble and you shit talked him. You even shit talked Betty about getting on panel with Jim. And what did I tell you? It wasn't my problem. See, Ruben, I already knew before all of that the sneaky little bastard that you are. Because whether you realize it or not, there were things that were said to you, whether it was by myself or someone else, that you weren't supposed to repeat. And you did. And you would come back and repeat something I said as if you heard it from somewhere else. And I remind you that I was the one that told you that. And then you play dumb. Betty, you want to talk about people taking their medications before the time is up? Why don't you out Ruben on that? Because when he disappears, that's why. I don't abuse my medications. As a matter of fact, my 90-day prescription of Adderall was up on the 19th. Today's the 22nd, and I still have 3 of them left. I don't abuse my medication. Okay? I take it as prescribed. But Ruben, can you say the same? I don't think that you can. You're right where you belong with those people, Ruben.
Beers and Cigars just said that. 100%. Yep.
Absolutely.
And B166, whatever that is. You're 100. I don't trust people who always do that either, who bring up pedo. It's constantly like that friggin' weirdo Lefty, the one that folds like a lawn chair. That's what I want to say to, can I say it? But
yes. Yes.
they're always bringing that up. That's their first go-to is pedo. William Brooklyn, that little piece of shit. It's always pedo. It's always pedo. No, he's not alleged, Norse. We knew at this time, but that's the first thing they bring up. But that little dumb brought up, watch on Eric's show. I know I'll give Watcher everything I recorded, and I'll be dropping some stuff too, because I need to talk. But he was talking about Watcher, when's the last time you saw your toes? Well, not all of us fold over like a fucking lawn chair, you bitch. I stole that from somebody where we can see our toes. I don't even know what he's talking about. That is one of the dumbest people I've ever heard speak in my life. What is it? Lefty?
Yeah.
Lefty.
Mr. Nods a lot.
Yeah. Sir Nods a lot. That is absolutely one of the and he challenges people to intelligence contest. He brought up a Ghostbusters reference today. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
It's like I said to her, and I said to him, if he cared anything about her, then he'd just walk away because he makes her look fucking stupid. Like who would lay down with the dude that was fucking trying to pay for tranny love because he was so fucking high and he wanted to get off? Like, really? And we want to talk about obsession. Let's talk about Lefty's obsession with fish.
Mm-hmm. Constantly replaying those dumbass clips.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah. The Nod Father. Yeah, I love it.
Yes, the Nod Father. Definitely, David. Definitely. And he got so ass hurt because I said under my breath from Leanne's panel that I wasn't fixing to argue with the junkie. He had asked me several questions. I don't even remember what they were. I answered them, and then I got tired of going back and forth. So I said the first thing that came to mind. And then at that point, there wasn't a problem with Betty and myself. There wasn't a problem until they went on one of their late night shows. And he said something along the lines of, she wants to talk about junkies. What about her son? And she goes, yeah, well, there's that. Yeah, you're right. He is. Yeah. Of course, I'm going to take issue with that.
It's different. Regardless of what Watcher's son does, like you guys all these people keep talking about, I'm going to call families. I'm going to call families. That fuck nugget that lives down south from me, because I live in Florida, that whatever his name is, Ripper or whatever they call him. Mm-hmm. Like what he did, like some dude kissing Eric kissing his own daughter. I don't agree with that shit. That shit's gross. You have to be a demented son of a bitch to think of shit like that, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Like I would have had him kissing another dude or something. It's legit. But that's sick shit. And that's what you guys talking about, the stuff that Like people immediately go to pedos or fucking that weird. That's weird shit. I don't agree with that. I damn sure don't call people's families. I damn sure went to fucking Jim Terry's father's store twice looking for that motherfucker. And we now know, thanks to Mark Terry, he was hiding from me when he called the cops. So
Yep.
thanks. But yeah, I mean, I'm not the guy that sits back here and calls all these people. I'm not the guy that does that shit.
Good night, Raw. Yeah,
So,
exactly. Now, I do know that Rubens called somebody according to his own mouth,
yes.
you know? So there's that. And I've admitted it 1,000,001 times. I don't have a problem saying what I've done.
Me either.
Not a problem.
There's a big difference between people that own their shit and people that lie about their shit, and then people that concentrate on other people's shit because they don't want to bring their own shit up. Somebody said it in the chat earlier. It was great. Like, people want to talk about everybody else's past. Why don't they bring their own up? I've had this fucking Jim Terry running around all for 4 years lying up saying I tried to kill my ex-wife. I did all these things. That boy, he never goes outside. He's never had the light of day hit his head.
That's obvious.
And I own everything I've ever done, as dumb as it was, or I just own it. I'm not going to sit here and explain it to people or make excuses for anything. Never have. Not gonna.
Nope.
Not gonna. But I own my shit. That's all I can say. Never tried to kill anybody. I know that. But you have these thugs or these badasses that think they are up on the channel, and you got Jim Terry asking Eric Foss, Eric, you've been around these things before. What do you think Fumble's a simp? What the fuck? You guys are simping for each other. Fucking Foss simps for Betty, so he fucking takes Michelle's wrench, or isn't that her name, Michelle?
Yeah.
Takes Michelle's wrench because he's simping for Betty. What is really going? You guys are simps, and then you got Simp Lefty over there nodding off. And actually Leanne was asking great questions today. She said, "Why don't you stick up for Betty?" And Betty said, "Because I told him not to." That's a fucking simp. 100%.
And that says a mouthful, doesn't it?
Yeah. Why? What is it? Does he have, because he has the dirt? Because to be honest, a long time ago, Repo sent me a picture of somebody and I didn't believe it. But now I do. 100%.
And I like how she tried to play it off about Easy Now 90 also.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
And the only time I talked to him was after to say that wasn't me. And nobody believed me. What have I been saying this whole time was her problem?
Nobody believed me.
Exactly. She was an only child. And when she would tell her parents something, nobody believed her.
Mm-hmm.
So she has this need to make people believe her. And she will go to extremes to make that happen.
Yeah, she will. She's done it. I've watched it personally. And I have a lot of goods. I'm just not that weird about it. I do it on my time.
Even said today, like I asked her, has Fumble ever been to your house? No.
Then how did I stalk her or do anything?
Because you played it on a loop.
My
Damn
videos are there was no intimidation tried there. Whatever you're assuming because of your jealousy, she literally flipped out on American Honey in chat because American Honey said my wife was beautiful and she was a 10. American Honey never talked any shit about her. She just said my wife was beautiful. And she fucking flipped out and said she looked 15 years younger than my wife. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? I think it's 8. I thought she was an occasional user or something, but it's obvious. It's full fucking blown if she thinks that shit.
Yeah.
Full fucking blown. And I want to say something about Watcher. I know Watcher. I've known Watcher for 4 years now. Good and very bad.
Yep.
But a lot of good. I know who she is. I know what kind of heart she has. And she hasn't bullshitted me. Has she thrown some shit out there to see if it sticks to a wall? Absolutely. We all do it. All of us do it. It just happens. We all throw it out there. But sometimes you have to throw it out there so it's, just to see.
Yeah.
But I heard fucking Jim Terry up there talking about her grandbaby's mother, saying she had 6 abortions and this, and she's a drug addict. And well, if all these people are saying it, if everyone's saying it, then why not believe them? Why not believe them? Well, Jim, let's go back to all the mothers you stole money from to say you were looking for their missing children, and all the other people you've cheated, all your teammates, all the fucking forums, all the stuff. So
even your own subscribers that paid for a damn van.
Paid for a van, a shirt, all you can't even. So they're right, and I know they're right, and I know you're a fucking liar. We all know you're a fucking liar. But so even by your fucking or whatever you said to watch her, if everybody says it, it must be right. So you're so dumb. That's why liars never get ahead. You never get shit. You're done. You're done. And Eric, you want to keep fucking putting him up on your thing? You can guarantee now that they fucking woken me up. I'll never stop fucking with you, dude. I will never fucking stop fucking with you. And what's her name? Melty? Michelle. You ask why I brought you up? Bitch, you brought my fucking name up. I was done. I was done. Everybody here knows I was done doing this shit. I was done with it. Foss and Betty brought my name up in a chat for I don't even fucking know why. Betty, you've never been gone for 6 months. Let's be real. But you guys are the ones that brought me up in the chat talking about I'm stalking. Oh, well, Fumble still says he didn't stalk me. I wasn't even on here. What the fuck are you talking about? That's dumb shit. It's dumb. You're fucking, I don't know what it is, but you're not right this time.
Nope. And I mean, hey, look, we can gladly go through the list of internet boyfriends that I've had. And I can guarantee you it is nowhere near what some of these women have jumped from to.
Yeah, it's not even fun though. With that one, Norris, it really isn't fun, but I just need people to know why I bring their fucking names up. And this whole gym fight and everybody wanting to, well, Mark did this, and they're both shit.
Yeah.
They're both fucking garbage. No matter
and it's
what.
A fake fight.
It's a fake fucking fight because they can't be on their 1 million subscriber platform right now. They can't.
That's right.
It's a fake fucking fight. That's all it is. But actually, I can't see it. I think Jim wanted to stay on the OTT, and Mark is so fucking scared because of this court case. He said, oh, no.
Well, they can't live stream from it, from what I
can't.
understand. I've been doing some research on it.
Same.
Yeah. And
well, I know.
Yeah. So I find it really interesting that they've, conjured up this whole big plan and plot, and they think it's going to get somewhere. Like, do they think people are stupid enough to believe that they're actually really fighting?
I think they're pissed. I think somebody got pissed off. I think Jim got pissed off because Mark said, I'm not letting you use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they say something that you guys are fucking sitting here playing. But I mean, Mark did drop some gems.
And I just want to put this out there for that anybody that may be listening. If you want to know who owned the OTT and what all they owned of the OTT, you can go look at the cease and desist that he bragged about having me served. Because what Dum Dum fails to realize is he took accountability for all of it when he sent me that cease and desist.
Dumb shit. And he's sitting here bringing up people's nudes or whatever he was bringing. Dumb shit. He's bringing up some of the dumb but people need to quit letting Jim skate by and not answer questions. All he thinks he has to do is get up there and scream over people like he did Watcher, like he does everybody. And then he sit back today and watch the shit brew because it's good content for him, right? Yeah. It's good for Eric or whoever. It's not good when you can't leave the show up.
That's right.
But It's all content to them. They don't give a shit. They don't care who they hurt, whose family they hurt, or none of that.
Nope.
But it's just the way it is. And
I
like I
agree.
said, I live in Florida. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. I promise you that. So, Eric, calling people's fucking families and shit, don't fucking do it. Don't end up being like those bitches. I'm just telling you. You sit there and you threaten these things like it's gonna fucking scare somebody off. I've been through it for 4 years with those fucking two brothers, and I ain't moved. I still got it all. I still have everything, and like everything. I can fuck people up. I'm just, don't do it, bro. I promise you. You guys fucking poke the bear. Here I am.
Okay. So, I think we've been on here now for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I
Thank
think
you.
we pretty much covered everything. I could continue to play this show to further prove. Oh, the OTT, it's over the top streaming. It's a streaming platform that they paid for so that they could circumvent the terms of service in YouTube, dox people, defame people, make money off of it, that kind of thing. Yeah.
And they
Spread
said they
their
had
hate speech.
They said they had 800 to 1,000 viewers or 1,000 members, and they both just walked away from it. But now they're arguing over like $800 or $1,000 allegedly. So honestly, they've never had over 100 that I can that I can imagine, because those people damn sure don't follow them around anywhere. They don't have that. When we're making $30,000, they have no money.
Oh, one other thing I want to say. Did you hear Methany say today, well, Watcher, you're worse than Jim.
And Fumble is worse than Jim. You're just
Yeah.
not good at it. What the fuck?
Bitch, please.
Bitch, please. You've already shown your character and who you are and what you do. And there's things Jim said about my dad that nobody fucking knew. Nobody knew. And I damn sure didn't tell Pipe. So, bitch, please. I know what I know.
Oh, just like my cousin Erica.
Your cousin Erica as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the crazy thing is that she was on my membership for a hot minute. And I know she recorded all that shit.
She records everything.
Yeah. But I'm the obsessed one, right?
Yeah.
No, bitch, I'm just tired of you lying and people coddling your ass for your lies when you know you're lying.
That's another thing. You said that Watcher's not good at this. Watcher's not good at this. Watcher pulls numbers, bro. I've seen you in fucking Lefty's fucking stoned out shows. There ain't shit there.
Yeah. So, nope. But
thank you for letting me up, Watcher. I appreciate that.
You're very, very welcome.
I do.
And I appreciate you being up here with me. Love you too. I love your wife more though. Don't forget that. I know. Thanks so much. Yeah, I do. Like I said, oh, she's going crazy over Ambi. She's meth raging. That's funny. Well, yeah, I know, Atlas, and it's a lot to follow, but you know, if you ever have questions, feel free to ask me because I'm an open book. I don't have a problem sharing anything, honestly. Oh shit, Amber Alert. But I did want to make sure that I came on here. I'm so sick of hearing this shit about MRE. I'm sick of it. Like, the paperwork is there. You can hear it for yourself. You know, he's not a rat. He's not a pedo. And he's not a neo-Nazi. Is he proud of his heritage? Absolutely he is. Everybody has that right. So, Atlas, in the past, I've dished out what people have given to me, and I've gone low. I've gone low. I'm not a saint, but I try very hard not to do that. Very hard. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing like what they say. Nothing. And they should all be damned ashamed of themselves too for spreading that bullshit. Just out of hate. That's all it is. Jealousy and hate. If I've ever seen jealousy on here, it's with him. Those people can't stand the fact that he's still standing. He still has a channel, and he uses their own words to make them look foolish. Period. So if people want to know why I support him, that's why. So I sure do appreciate each and every one of y'all being here tonight. If you've donated through the Cash App, Super Chat, Super Sticker, membership, whatever it is, never required, but it is always appreciated. I thank you all for the support that you've shown me. And hey, for you haters, I appreciate the promotions that you've given me, because every time you mention my name, people come over here and they watch. And they can figure it out for themselves. Most of them are pretty damn smart. Yes, Bears, absolutely. Absolutely. And I will continue to be me. So, again, I wouldn't be able to do what I've done up to this point without you all. I've almost hit my goal of 1 million channel views. The goal was to do it by the end of this year, if not by the end of the summer. And we are on pace to supersede that. So I really appreciate that very much. It's not, for me, it's never about the money. I'd rather have the channel view, honestly. So I just can't tell y'all thank you enough. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. While you're out there being blessed, be a blessing to someone else. Y'all come back now. You hear?
Yeah. Yeah. Docs, cocks, crack rocks, welcome to the show. YouTube drama got the circus moving slow. Talking out both sides, yeah, you mouth do tricks. Top 6 gone, very mad she missed. Docs, cocks, crack rocks, everybody chat loud. Keyboard gangsters barking for a digital crown. He refreshed the screen like it owe him rent. Emotional tweets, 5 minutes later he repent. Preaching morals while he slipping in the mud. Say he hate the beef but he still want the blood. Counting other people's sins like pocket change. Hypocrite yoga, watch him stretch that range. 1 minute tough, next minute he cry. Mascara running down the comment section. Why? Gosh, cocks, crack rocks, welcome to the feed. Everybody exposing like it's charity greed. Talk big reckless, but the facts don't stick. 6 teeth gone, now he whistle when he diss. Docs, cocks, crack rocks, YouTube hall of shame. Same old storyline, different username. Talking real spicy for a dude with the lisp. Every bar fall flat when the enamel dismissed. Says he neutral now, yet it lasts 3 minutes. Flip-flop faster than monetized gimmicks. Screenshot soldier receipts in a pile, but he cropped the truth just to stretch the mile. Say he above it all, then he dive back in. Drama detox lasts about a vitamin. Somebody called a fairy, tell him come outside. He left a note like, nah, I'm good and slide. Said I don't do rocks, I don't do lies, and I don't replace teeth lost to alibis. Docs, cocks, crack rocks, this the modern age. Everybody famous when they post in rage. Say they hate clout, but they beg for clicks. Cloud bully victim while they throwing bricks. Emotion on 10, volume on blast. Every live stream feel like therapy class. 1 teardrop, super chat rain. Trauma with ass, that's a lucrative pain. Two-faced talk, need a dental plan. Can't chew the truth, so he gumming the scam. Say I'm done daily, but he never leave. Airport goodbyes just to board the beef. So log off, breathe, maybe drink some water. Drama don't love you, Mr. Wannabe fire starter. Nah, scratch that, rewind that line and clean die. Just remember, if you dish it online, better floss them receipts. Docs, cocks, crack rocks, laugh, don't fight. It's YouTube drama, not a ballroom night. Tooth fairy gone, comment still pop. Same old circus, different laptop.